In every living room across the world, a drama unfolds. A dog spiraling like a fuzzy tornado with eyes locked on its own tail. Meet Baxter the Beagle, spinning like a seasoned dancer in his pursuit, and Lola the Labrador, a little hard to get. You chuckle at their dizzying antics, but it's more than just a quirky routine. It's a captivating ballet, a dog's whirlwind romance with its own tail. What's really going on in that furry head? Are they preparing for an audition in a canine talent show? Or is there a secret, untold tale behind the tail? Hold tight as we unravel the playful, surprising, and utterly adorable truths behind these doggy dances that we can't help but love. Get ready to embark on a whirlwind journey of discovery that might just have you looking at your pet's playful pursuit in a completely new light. Meet Baxter, the playful pup. 1 minute he's snoozing on the couch, and the next he's spinning in circles, trying to catch his own tail. It's adorable, sure, but there's more to it than just a cute game. Baxter isn't chasing his tail just because he's bored. In fact, this funny little dance is hardwired into him. It's a deep-rooted instinct that's been with dogs for ages. Picture this. A long time ago, before dogs were our cuddly companions, they were wild animals. To survive, they had to be alert and agile. Tail chasing is like a trip down memory lane for dogs, a little piece of the wild that stayed with them through the ages. For a puppy like Baxter, it's like a fun practice drill, teaching him to be quick and sharp. It's a bit like a doggy workout. Baxter isn't just chasing his tail, he's working on his reflexes and agility. He's not consciously thinking about it, but his tail chasing is a form of exercise. It's like his way of doing jumping jacks. We might chuckle as Baxter goes for another spin, but this behavior is a living link between our pet dogs and their wild ancestors. It's more than just a playful act. It's a dance that's been passed down through generations. And here's where the plot thickens. This seemingly simple act of tail chasing might have deeper meanings that we haven't yet considered. Is it always just for fun, or could it sometimes be a sign of something else? So, next time Baxter is in full twirl mode, you might smile and think, Baxter is just being his wild, playful self again. Now, let's talk about a twist in the tail-chasing tale that's a little more serious than Baxter's playful spins. You see, tail chasing doesn't just spring from an urge to play. It's also tied to a dog's primal hunting instincts. Think about it. For a dog, chasing a tail is similar to chasing a squirrel or a rabbit. Quick, agile movements, sharp turns, and high alertness are all part of the game, or should we say, the hunt. Picture a wolf stalking its prey, focused and ready to pounce. That intense gaze and calculated movement, you can see a glimpse of that when Baxter is zeroing in on his tail. Now, we're not saying that Baxter is mistaking his tail for a squirrel, but he is exercising those same deep-rooted instincts that his wolf ancestors used when hunting in the wild. It's a practice session, albeit for a game he will probably never play. Here's where it gets fascinating. This isn't just an entertaining sight for us, it's a form of practice for them. Tail chasing allows dogs like Baxter to hone their predatory skills. It's like their version of a training montage in a sports movie, minus the dramatic music. Baxter, in his living room gymnastics, is channeling his inner wolf, keeping his reflexes sharp and his mind engaged. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought you had all the answers, we're about to toss in a curveball. Is this seemingly innocent behavior always just practice for an ancient survival skill? Or could there be times when it signifies something more complex? Let's change the scene for a moment. Picture Baxter, our star pup from earlier. He's in the living room, going round and round, chasing his tail with Olympic-level dedication. And you're there, chuckling at the spectacle. But have you ever wondered, is Baxter perhaps putting on the show just for you? Yep. Welcome to the world of attention-seeking tail chasers. They're not just spinning, they're saying, "Look at me, look at me, look at me." You might have noticed that when Baxter starts his spinning routine, he often throws you a glance. He's checking in to see if his number one fan, you, is watching his Cirque du Soleil performance. Why? Because, let's be real, it's just not as fun if nobody is clapping and laughing. This is where we bust a big myth. Contrary to popular belief, dogs don't just chase their tails when they're alone and bored. They may also do it to catch your eye. It's like a toddler throwing toys out of the pram for attention, but a lot less noisy and, honestly, much cuter. Now, it's not just about getting you to look. Sometimes it's about making you join in. Baxter isn't just spinning, he's sending an invite. He's saying, "Human, why are you just sitting there? Come, let's make this living room a dance floor." And trust us, he knows exactly how adorable he looks, and he's using it to his full advantage. But here's where things take a turn for the serious. Constant tail chasing, especially when it seems like a plea for attention, might be a signal that Baxter is feeling a bit lonely. Maybe he's saying, "Hey, I need more than just a pat on the head when you walk by. I need playtime, walks, cuddles, and conversations." Now we're diving deeper, beyond the surface of this seemingly innocent behavior. Is it possible that tail chasing is a sign your dog is missing some vital social interaction? The answer might surprise you, and it's definitely worth considering. No one wants a lonely Baxter, after all. Also, what if Baxter's chasing isn't solely about getting your attention, but more about a response to his environment? Consider this. Does the tail chasing increase when visitors come over? Or when you're about to leave the house? These can be critical clues. Baxter might be trying to communicate his feelings about these situations the only way he knows how, with a good old tail chase. The plot thickens, doesn't it? Tail chasing is a complex, multi-layered behavior, and it's not just about physical instincts. It's tied into social needs, communication, and a dog's emotional world, which is rich and profound. In a way, every spin Baxter takes is like a page in a storybook, a chapter in his own personal tale, or should we say, tale. It's up to us, as his loving human companions, to read and understand it. All right, here's a twist in the tail-chasing tale. What if the merry-go-round routine isn't just a quirky dog pastime? What if it's more like a canine SOS? Let's put on our Sherlock Holmes hats for a moment. Enter Dr. Fluffy, the seasoned vet with a heart of gold and an eye for tails. She's seen it all, from pups that spin for sport to those that have turned tail chasing into a full-blown career. And sometimes, according to Dr. Fluffy, that endless loop isn't just for kicks. It might be a sign that something's itching. Literally. For some dogs, chasing the tail is like their way of saying, "Help! I've got an itch and it's driving me bonkers!" It could be allergies, a flea bite party at the base of the tail, or some other skin issue that makes them more irritated than a cat at a dog show. Now, think about it. If you had an itch you couldn't scratch, you'd invent some pretty wild moves to try and sort it out, right? Your dog, in a display of canine genius, has discovered that the tail chase is a top-notch strategy for tackling those hard-to-reach itches. And it's not just skin deep. Sometimes tail chasing can signal something internal. Dr. Fluffy tells us about a pooch who spun like a top due to discomfort caused by, brace yourself, worms. Yikes. It's a cue to play detective. When the tail chasing revs up, it's time to get up close and personal. Check for bites, redness, or anything that looks off. Your pup might be trying to tell you something important in the only spin-tastic way they know how. But don't hit the panic button just yet. Most tail chasing is harmless. It's just when it becomes an obsession or is paired with signs of discomfort that we need to turn our chuckles into action and consultation. Ah, the grand finale of our tail tale, where we unravel whether Fido's sprinting spree is just him painting his canvas of life or spiraling into a tailspin of epic proportions. See, tail chasing is often a pup's equivalent of our 5 o'clock gym session. It's that burst of let's burn this energy vibe, an adorable whirl that turns your living room into a puppy spin class. Can you picture Mr. Whiskers, your energetic lab, with a sweatband and dumbbells? I can, and it's brilliant. But just like too much Netflix can turn us into couch potatoes, too much tail chasing can become, well, a vicious circle, literally. It's all fun and games until your pooch starts thinking its tail is the ultimate enemy, the Moriarty to its Sherlock. That's when it's more than just a game. It's an obsession. And here's where you, the amazing pet parent, steps in. Time to switch the spin cycle for some new routines. How about a fetching game of, well, fetch? Or a stimulating puzzle toy that's harder to crack than a dog-proof trash can? Walks, runs, hide and seek with treats. Turn your furball's world into an exhilarating playground. Here's the insider's tip. It's not about stopping the spin. It's about balancing it. It's teaching Fido that life's joys are more than tail deep. It's about fostering a rich environment where tails are chased in happiness, not in compulsion.